This is RRR TV. I'm your host, Leah Cevoli, and tonight's guest is a female singer, songwriter, artist. She's a classically trained pianist. Her lyrics just emanate from the heart and soul, and I'm proud to have known her for some time now and see her career as it morphs and changes along life's paths. Kelda.
Hello. It's great to be here, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, what's going on? You've just finished recording a new album.
Yeah, I actually recorded the album in Nashville, which is the first time I've recorded down there, and that was a lot of fun. It was different. But before I always used band members that played with me on my shows for years, and this time I did it with band members in Nashville, and so it was a totally different.
So sort of sight unseen, you'd already had the songs written and...
Yeah, I had contact with a producer down there previously, and I just sent him kind of rough demos, piano vocals of the songs, and then I went in and he had all the players ready, and they played them really fast. It was kind of crazy. Well, I would never be all you want me to be, and yeah, you say that you're falling for me, and I can't trust my heart. It's been too torn apart, and I don't wanna be hurt that badly. I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love is. I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love is.
Now, is this your second full album or your third?
Second full. I had 2 EPs before, and then this is the second full.
And it was Detour, and before that?
The first EP was just self-titled, and then the second EP was called Carried Away.
Okay,
Yeah, but this is the second one distributed through ADA, WMG. So it's nice that they have actual distribution of both of the full albums.
And the name of this album is?
It's called Free.
It's called Free. Do we want to speak to the title of that at all? Where did you come up with that one?
Last year was a rough year for me, and a lot of the songs came out of the different things I was going through, specifically last year. And the good thing about being a songwriter is that when you're going through things, songs just kind of pour out of you. So I had a lot of songs, and I thought that I just needed to go and record them. And Free, it's funny because the song Free is actually not, it's not even about me. It's the story of someone else, which is interesting. But it works. I mean, I like the song, but it also works with what's been going on in my life. And so it's kind of a double entendre.
So is that sort of the only song on the album that's actually about someone else's experience, could we say?
Yeah.
Yet that ended up being the title of the album.
Yeah. That's
kind of neat.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
And it's the first track, but it's not about me. And I can't place the blame, as it is all the same. And at some point I gotta look inside, 'cause everyone has pain. We call it different names, and there's no healing if you always haven't. I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love is.
I'm telling you, the first time I heard you play Let It Go, I just bawled my eyes out. And I think I've pretty much bawled my eyes out every time she's played it live, and usually in my car when I'm listening to it as well. But you're welcome. But that's the kind of heart and feeling that comes through your songwriting. So I'm really looking forward to this album and listening to this journey and this story. And like you said, so it starts off with the theme, but then gets more detailed.
Because the rest of the songs really are, and even in the order that they are in the album, they're a story. So even if you didn't know me, if you listen through the songs, you would be with me on the journey.
Right.
And so the song that wasn't about me, it was just kind of, where do I play? I mean, when I was thinking of the order, where do I place this? I love this song, and I want it on here, but it doesn't work in the middle because the story needs to be told
chronologically.
Yeah,
so to
so I
speak.
just put it at the top. I wanna know what love, I wanna know what love is. This is my first time, and I wanna make it right. There have been times when people feel like they know so much about me because I'm really transparent in my songwriting, but I don't know how not to be. Like when I sit down to write, I can't, I can't be thinking about what other people are going to think about whatever I'm saying or how this will seem. I have to write what I'm feeling. That's the point of writing.
Now, in the past, you've released your past album. You released. You actually distributed it through stores and whatnot. This time, you're sticking online. You're sticking to
Yeah,
digital.
this is a digital release only. I have a limited amount of copies I'm going to sell at the record release show.
I just got one.
And yes, it's pretty. But mainly, you know what? In this day and age, most people buy their stuff on iTunes anyway.
Right.
And I thought, why am I going to press a bunch of CDs if people are going to go on iTunes? So it's just a digital release and hit stores on the 25th, or hit online stores, I guess, on the 25th. And then, the release is June 8th.
So you have a record release show coming up.
Yeah.
This episode will be airing about a week before your record release. So where is this at?
It's at Hotel Cafe, Hollywood, Tuesday, June 8th at 8 p.m. Actual start time of 8 p.m.
Where can we find out more about you? What's your website?
It's kelda.net, and then I'm on MySpace as well, myspace.com/Kelda. And yeah.
So what are your plans? What's up next?
After this release, obviously promoting the release, doing shows around the release, still trying, I've had some songs on film and television and pursuing that avenue and trying to...
For this album as well?
Yeah, I just had contact with a pretty big music supervisor that is interested in hearing it.
And so the record release show, are you solo or you've got the band together?
I am doing it solo. This album is really different than my other stuff, and I'm really in a different place in
my life. But you recorded it with a full band.
I did.
Ooh.
I did. So the songs are going to sound a little different in the show than they do on the CD. Especially one of the songs, I Want to Know, on the album, for instance, is pretty up tempo, and when I play it, it's not, and that's how I wrote it. But the band kind of takes it and it does its own thing with it. Which was fun, but I really wanted it to be stripped down. This is a really intimate album for me, and I wanted the show to be the same, and so I'm just doing it solo. I'm free. It kind of goes with the theme, It's about freedom and about independence, and that's what I'm doing.
I am so excited. So again, it's Hotel Cafe, June 8th. June 8th, and what day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
Tuesday night, June 8th, 8 o'clock, Kelda, Hotel Cafe,
Yes.
Kelda.net.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you're back, and I know that there's been some journey to get this album out, but we're grateful for the album.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're watching Rock and Roll Report TV. I'm Leah. This is Kelda, Hotel Cafe, June 8th. Get our new album.
And I wanted to forgive you, and I wanted to move on. And I was praying